Welcome to the BXG Podcast, the podcast where pop culture and nerd culture meet.
You think it's just going to be barbecue sauce?
Because if you actually read those books, it's just gobbledygook.
I really think clothes should be mandatory.
Speaking of Star Wars,
Captain America.
trailer reaction video.
Let's just wing it.
All right, welcome to a BXG production, BXG Gamescast. We got to change that name.
It's
generic as fuck.
It really is. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Open to suggestions.
Something like that. Here's a suggestion that I have for everyone.
Don't buy any unripe bananas yet, because you won't live to eat them, yeah.
I am one of your hosts, the Alpha Donut Guy, Bretton Beswick, alongside my co-host, the Ancient One, Charles Devolver Chambers.
Wow, hitting the whiskey early, huh?
As soon as, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
So say as some country music artist.
Right. Personally, I'm more of a it's brownie o'clock somewhere kind of guy.
Wow, got him.
Yeah.
Wow, your body really appreciates that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, at this point, my body gets confused when I put vegetables in it and has catastrophic diarrhea.
Yeah.
So
your kidneys are like, water, please, and you're like, Mountain Dew.
Nah, oh God, not Mountain Dew. Actually, I quit drinking pop.
Good.
Which for the lay person is
soda.
What we here in Western Pennsylvania refer to as pop is actually what most people call soda.
That grates on my ears. You don't.
Or what the sociopaths in the South just call Coke.
Just everything's a Nintendo.
Yeah. God. Those are the days, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to Showtime Video and grab you a Nintendo. It's like, well, I actually have a PlayStation. And,
yeah, this is a Sega. Thanks.
Yeah.
None of that will work.
Right. So, first of all, I just want to say before we get into anything too deep here, go check out our latest video over on our youtube.com/@BXG Productions. It is a deep dive into Hogwarts Legacy, a history of the studio who made the game, Avalanche Software, Harry Potter games on console. Talked a lot about, some of the surrounding controversy of the game with the author of Harry Potter and some of her wackadoo tweets that she's made over the years.
It's pretty nice to get a little product. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Preview the game a little bit. The game is out. I have it. Did you pick it up or no?
I haven't picked it up yet. Okay. It is on my to-do list though. It is on my short list of to-dos.
I haven't had a ton of time to sink my teeth into it. One of our listeners asked, what, like, is it good? How's it hold up? I don't think that I'm far enough in to give a definitive answer to that question, but I mean, the reviews speak for themselves. It's doing very well critically. It did very well. It did very well
sales-wise.
Commercially. I saw that it had 480,000 concurrent on Steam, which is a pretty good number.
It's outselling the pace of Elden Ring in the UK.
Oh wow. We'll see if that holds, because Elden Ring had a long burn. Burn.
Yeah, it still sells decent.
Yeah, I mean, it was in NPD top 20 for 11 months, I think, something like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But early in the game, it's fluid. It plays well. It looks really stunning in the castle setting.
It does look great. I've seen some videos and gameplay. Everything's alive. It makes you want to explore, and that's kind of what I'm wanting from it. Like, make me want to see what's around the corner or down the hall, or
And there's a lot of like cool hidden secrets and puzzles just early. I will say, if you are a trophy achievement person, it's like 630 collectibles or something like that.
Wow.
The biggest gripe that I have with the game so far, one's a technical thing where one of my controllers just doesn't work with it. That's bizarre. It requires you to either use the touchpad or the left joystick to operate the cursor. And on my newer controller, it just doesn't function. And so I have to use my older controller with it, which is a problem because that controller has drift, which is the reason I got the new one. And so that's
update it
been
or something. The new one.
It's up to speed.
Yeah.
There was a patch today that went out for Xbox and PC, but not PlayStation. So I'm wondering if that's going to be one of the fixes or if that's the problem unique to me.
Can I just mention updating controllers is the most bizarre thing to me ever.
There's way more bizarre things, but I get what you're saying.
Oh, come on. Don't be an ass. You know what I mean? It's so like it should just work anyway. Yeah. So Hogwarts Legacy seems pretty good. Yeah. I can't wait to check it out.
Just real quick, the other problem that I have with it is the trophy list, because you have to play the first 2 hours 4 separate times to get a explore the the house area of each of the different houses.
Yeah.
And no, thank you. But what I think I'll do is there's a you can make manual saves. So I think what I'm going to try and do is make a manual save right before the sorting house thing. And that should cut down on it pretty substantially. Yeah. I didn't know that or think that my first time through. So I'll have to, whenever I go back and reboot for the second run of that to get those trophies. It's a long one though. It's like 65, 70 hour platinum. So I'll be tied up with this for a while. But yeah, check our video out. It's a pretty good deep dive. Like you said, I'm very proud of the work we did on it.
Yeah, it's great.
Top to bottom.
For sure.
So, and then also just in the gaming sphere, I'm doing a Let's Play episode by episode of The Last of Us with the HBO show. And those videos are also doing pretty well.
Which is great. Yeah, definitely check those out.
Yep. So I'm happy with that. Kind of doing comparative, compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Putting snippets in from the show where I don't get struck by the copyright overlords.
Right, the copyright lords down from above.
That's kind of what we got going on. And tonight we're a little bit late, but we're going to process through the latest Nintendo Direct, which was a big one because, as seen behind me here, it contained the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was the piece de resistance of that particular Direct. But before we do that, we have a few questions.
Oh, viewer questions. Let's go.
Viewer, listener, what have you. The first one comes from the homie Owen. And the homie Owen asks, what would be a game or some games that you would love to replay without knowing what happens in the game? So basically, you wipe the memory card from your brain and experience that game all over again.
So like 3 games come to mind, and I know that's not the question, but
games.
Yeah.
Multiple.
So for me, the N64 era was like really eye-opening to like what is possible, and Mario 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like those games, when I played them for the first time, they were brand new, and just that world, experiencing that for the first time, completely blew my mind, was earth-shattering to me. And then I think of like Final Fantasy VII. Like if I could play through Final Fantasy VII again, just through all the discs, not remembering anything, experiencing that for the first time, holy crap. Yeah. For sure. Those are immediately what comes to mind for me.
So I would say sticking in kind of that same era for a couple of my games, but I'll give you I think what's probably going to come as a huge surprise to you. But one of those games for me would be the Last of Us.
What?
Part 1. I know, right?
The Last of who?
Yeah.
Us, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, you and I.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean, just the story, just experiencing it cold for the first time again would be really, really fun, I think. Yeah. But I think the other 2 games that are kind of in that era, I think, especially with one of them being a PlayStation game, an original PlayStation game, Metal Gear Solid, the original. That was kind of that moment, like what you're talking about, for seeing what games can be. This was one of the first games to use the DualShock, sorry. 3D models. At that point, stealth wasn't really like an established genre yet. And so to get that from obviously the original Metal Gear games are these kind of like top down, whatever, on like regular Nintendo, Commodore 64, wherever they showed up. You kind of played with the joystick or whatever. But the storytelling, and I would say like if I could boil it down to just one moment, the Psycho Manus fight.
Oh, Psycho Manus, absolutely.
Where, you have to, you're trying everything. If you don't know the trick of put the controller in the player 2 port, it's like, what the hell do I do? Do I turn it upside down?
Yeah.
What's happening if you've got other Konami games on your memory card? He's calling them out.
Which at the time, it is just
wild,
mind melting.
Yes. I mean, now it's like, okay, stuff like that. But that's why that game is almost like you can't even really remaster it
because it doesn't have the same.
Right.
It won't have the same punch.
You have to you'd have to figure out a completely different way of doing that in a way that the game can screw with you. But that was kind of that same moment for me as far as what games can be. And then the other one I would say is just in terms of classic storytelling, I'd say Final Fantasy 6.
6. Okay. Yeah.
I personally believe that 6 is a better game than 7 in a lot of ways. And I think it holds up over time better because of the sprite graphics rather than the deformed like 3D chibi or whatever. Well, not chibi, but the gross as hell graphics found in the world map and like in the levels with like Cloud and his block hands,
super compressed crap.
Yeah.
It holds up well. I don't know about story though. Like that's.
Ooh.
I mean, I really like 6's story. I really like 6's story. I need to replay it though. I've only played through 6 like twice.
Yeah.
7 I played through 100 times. I feel
right. Yeah. So, Pixel remaster coming to PlayStation here sometime this year, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And if every one of those games gets its own platinum,
there'll be a very long break for the podcast
for life.
I'll be flying solo.
I'll just quit.
Right. Yeah. Cruise off on the yacht with all the money we make.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
With that ad revenue.
Yes.
Okay. This next one's a 2-part question, both from our friend Ty. And he writes in and asks, and I'm going to aim one of these right at you.
Yeah.
What is the fascination with watching people play video games on Twitch or YouTube rather than playing them yourself? And would you say that games are so complex? Well, that's the second part, so I'll leave it there. But I'll say, so this one, what's fascination with watching people play games on Twitch, YouTube, etc., rather than playing yourself? I mean, you used to stream.
Yeah, I'm actually on both sides of the fence. I primarily watch Twitch now as entertainment, so I've been on both sides. So the best way to answer that question is it's kind of multifaceted depending on what you're looking for. Twitch in general and streaming on YouTube or Facebook or whatever people are doing nowadays, you can really look for somebody who is skilled at what they do and watch them because of how talented they are, and that is entertaining in its way. There is a huge community of people who just do not have time to sit down and dedicate all their attention to a game, but they want to see the story and kind of have it on in the background, but still want to kind of see how the game is in more of a long-term sense. And then you have your short-term people. Hey, this is a cool game that comes out. I'm not going to buy it yet, but I'm going to check it out here for an hour or two. And then you kind of get hooked into the streamer, and it goes into personality and production quality and the community. Community is a big thing too. You get into a chat room community, everybody's done it, and you kind of start clicking and talking, and
then there's like ASL questions flying, and
and then you're dropping your AOL instant messenger nicknames and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, you're pretending to be a 36-year-old woman.
Yeah, it gets really spicy in there. So a lot of things for a lot of people. Yeah, it's like, oh, but so there's a lot because streaming has completely exploded in the past 5 years or so. So the communities are just huge. And even on Twitch, with a lot of backlash with it, but they've branched out from games, and it's more IRL stuff and cooking shows. Like there's awesome cooking shows on Twitch and stuff like that, music shows and stuff like that. So it's really something for everybody.
I think that part of it, like you mentioned, is the personalities. Because there's some outlandish personalities. I think I don't watch any of his like actual streams, but I'm a big fan of his clips. Is Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah, Dr. Disrespect.
Because that dude is he's outlandish.
I mean, yeah, just to name a few, you got like Moon and Soda Pop and Lyrics, very fun. And then you got your bigger guns like Forsen and XQC and like all these upper tier, upper echelon streamers that have hand over fist viewers and money just flowing in. I mean, that's your top 1%.
Yeah, but the other thing about a lot of those guys, especially like Dr. Disrespect, everybody knows Ninja and Fortnite and all these different guys, is that they're also very good.
Yes.
And I think that part of it is the same thing as, well, you could go pick up a basketball and go down to the park and shoot some hoops, and that's fun. But you can also watch, LeBron James, who is one of the two best people who have ever done it. Yeah. And that's why like sports is, it's to me, it's captivating in the same way that sports is when you're watching someone who is extremely talented. I'm a huge fan of Arcus, who does like classic retro speed runs. Yeah. I think the character that he has kind of cultivated is hilarious, but it's also incredible to watch him run through like Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like
games that are historically impossible, and this guy's doing it in not only making it look easy, but also doing it so fast that it's like incomprehensible.
Yeah, while being engaging, while still you're running a show, you're presenting content. You can't just sit there quiet, just zone out and do the game. Nobody's gonna watch. You have to interact and stuff like that. So it's a whole other dynamic of talent that goes into this to be good, physically with the controller at what you're doing, and then still being socially engaged to your audience.
Right. Second part here is, would you say the games are so complex or detailed now that people are so impatient that they require a guide to play through a game? Used to be you just sat there for hours trying to figure out a puzzle or what NPC you missed or whatever to unlock the next part. And now you just watch a YouTube video or read a Reddit post and move on. To me, it takes away a lot of the feeling of accomplishment that goes with each chapter of a game. But I think 99% of people play like that. I think that number is high. As far as the amount of people who actually play games this way is in terms of like playing with a guide or using help, whatever. Full disclosure, I use trophy guides because some trophies are
oh my god Jesus
some of these trophies are so obscure. You know what I mean?
Then you're not meant to have them. They're not for you. I think the thing with that is just a multitude of things. One, I'll shut up. The ease of information. When we were kids, where were we getting that information from?
PSN, Nintendo Power. If you were lucky enough to have, if you're lucky enough to have an internet, you've got GameFAQs.
Yes, yeah, that's where you're getting that. So the ease of information and also instant gratification culture. It's like I don't have time. It's now. Give it to me now. I need the good chemicals now in my brain. So let's keep going. Yeah,
I think that. I mean, I don't play with a guide. I'll be the only game that I played like side by side, like go here next, go do that, was Bloodborne. And that was because I knew that I'm not the Soulsborne guy and I want to be able to play this. I'm just going to need that extra boost. But I don't like a game like Uncharted or Harry Potter, like Hogwarts. I'm not going to use a guide for the ins and outs of this game or like tips of, hey, how do you beat this boss or stuff like that. That's not me. I do think that there are people who probably do that, but I do see his point that it's not necessarily fun because you're not achieving anything on your own.
Right.
Even with the Bloodborne guide, like at the end of the day, you still have to beat those bosses.
Yeah.
And they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
This isn't Woodman with a can opener. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think for me, where guides really come in is larger games, like even maybe like Harry Potter to be recent, or your Soulsborne games, or your huge open world games. Zelda comes to mind, where I will play through it one time just as is with me, and then I will go back and look at a guide to see if there's things I missed or anything like that, because I do want to experience everything there is to experience, and kind of the kind of the pull of games like that is that everybody does have a unique experience if they want to have it that way. Some people are not going to experience this dungeon over here or go to this area and interact, do this side quest and blah, blah, blah. So I like to go through it one time in myself just to make my decisions and my direction and stuff like that, but then actually go back and experience kind of what the rest of the game has to offer.
My process usually is I'm going to check a trophy guide and see if there's anything missable. And so that way I know that I need to pay attention to that particular thing, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
And once I see whatever is missable, not missable, whatever, I'm not really going to look at that until after the game's been beaten. And now I'm in cleanup mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the last game where I was like, okay, I'm struggling and I need a tip basically on how to overcome this boss or whatever. And I can't really put my finger on what it might have been. Something I was playing recently, actually. There was the final boss in not Sonic Frontier, Sonic Forces.
Really?
I was playing that with my daughter, and she would just have me do all the boss fights until the game got too hard for her, and she just lost interest. But I was like, yeah, I'm just going to continue playing.
Sure. This. Yeah, that's how they do it. They introduce you, and then
right. Yeah. But for whatever reason, the final Eggman boss, I was like, why am I not getting prompts to do something? And then I just looked at a quick video. I'm like, oh, that's what you have to do. And then I clicked off the video and instantly
did it.
Yeah. So sometimes you just might need that extra little boost, but I think that I don't think the guides are a bad thing. I mean, GameFAQs has been around for
ever
25 years.
Going to Walmart when I was younger, and they would have those small books of like 1,001 cheat codes for all your Mortal Kombat's blood code.
Yeah,
and, shit like that.
Well, and you get like Bradley Games would have guides or Prima.
I got a whole stack of strategy guides in here that I've kept from old Final Fantasy games and stuff like that. Love them. Yeah, they're just like now they're fun because it's like a nostalgia piece. I have a guide for Final Fantasy VI for Super Nintendo. Yeah, but especially nowadays because you don't get any artwork or anything with games anymore, so you get a big fat book of like custom artwork and talk about the game and stuff like that. So they still have a place.
Yeah. There's I don't know if it was made public. There's a really good Sacred Symbols Plus episode where Colin Moriarty interviews a guy who like worked for Bradley Games or still works for Bradley Games. It's super fascinating. Yeah. Some of the stuff that they talk about, but that's all the time we have for listener inquiries.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Thanks, listeners.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this direct here. So we're gonna watch this Nintendo Direct that was here just about 6 days ago as the time we record.
Yeah.
So probably by the time this publishes, it's been about a week. Tears of the Kingdom. This is a 44-minute and 21-second direct. So there's a lot, right? I mean, I have not watched any of this. The only thing that I know for sure in it is Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin, which I'm not, Pikmin is like whatever. So I'm rip roaring, ready to roll when you are, sir.
Let's go, brother.
Okay. Can you hear it okay? Are you able to hear the audio for the video?
A little loud.
Yeah. Is that better? I'll give it a second. About the same. I don't know.
Maybe a touch more. Yeah.
Pikmin 4.
There you go. Yeah. Never got into Pikmin. Never got into Pikmin.
Me either. I think I saw it played like once.
It looks cool though. I mean, the older games for sure. I mean, I don't know. Dear God. Chernobyl. The aftermath.
Bug snacks?
Yeah, maybe. Christ. Okay.
Snake. Sorry. What is the point of these games?
It's
I will
just
say
like,
that. Like, what are they?
it's like adventure games, but it's got like squad management.
Squad management adventure games. Okay.
Yeah.
Red Pikmin.
Yeah, you got Pikmin, and they do stuff for you.
Okay. Like lemmings.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this looks kind of cool. I mean, would I play it? No, it's kind of not my thing, but
I'm a sucker for mascot platformers, so
I mean, you can do worse than Pikmin. I mean, they're quality games, even though I never got into them.
who makes them?
No idea.
We have Ice Pikmin. I need a second. This is why I need a second screen, actually. And also not choke to death.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Dear God.
It's a little cute.
Dog. Please tell me you can pet the dog. Oh, it does stuff for you.
Oh, is it a dog Pikmin? So,
Oh. I mean, okay.
Niantic did one. Nintendo EPD is who's doing this one. I didn't know this. It's a Miyamoto created Pikmin.
Yes. Yeah, Miyamoto
I
did
wasn't,
this.
I wasn't aware of that. The first one was 2001, which would have been
Gross.
GameCube.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, okay.
It's got a. Have you ever watched or watched with your kid? Like, have you ever watched Flugels?
No.
Oh, it gives me a Flugels vibe.
What even is that?
It's a show. Don't.
Oh.
It's a kid show.
Sounds like a disease.
Is this still Pikmin, or what do we have here?
But it's
Oh yeah,
Battle Royale.
no bug snacks.
Zombie mode.
Oh god, Pikmin Undead Nightmare.
Yeah.
July 21st,
Okay. This
2000.
year.
For
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for
Hi,
today's
Shinya.
Nintendo Direct.
glad we have a
That
guide.
was the latest trailer for Pikmin 4. A dog-like creature was spotted. What kinds of things will it show us? Please look forward
I guess
to
wherever
more
you point
information
at,
in the
Sheena.
future. Let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
Ooh, let's do it. Nintendo Switch headlines.
Ready.
A
This
new
new
jewel-loving
hero is a
hero.
real gem.
Oh,
Introducing
Oh.
Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass DLC.
Lapidurist extraordinaire.
What now?
Say hello to Masha, the newest hero.
How we feel about
from
anime
Fine
RPGs,
Lapidaris.
Brenton?
She can use special ore to craft
I think the real
accessories
question is there
and
is how do we
bestow
feel about
various
anime
effects.
titties?
Challenge
That's the real-
like elements are also being
I mean, that's
added.
Uh,
Select only one
not
character and
really
battle
my
wave
thing.
after wave of enemies.
I've
For
messed
every
around
win,
with like
you'll
the
earn more
Ys
heroes
series a little
and
bit.
Special abilities.
And I played Persona
Rack up
4
victories with
Golden
your
for maybe
heroes
like
and set your
10,
sights
15
on the
hours.
final stage.
The original
also get
Xeno
special
Gears,
in-game
which I guess
outfits as
technically is
rewards.
an anime. Oh, that game is so
And
dope.
coming in
PS1.
Volume 4
Xenogears is
later
very
this
good.
year.
Yeah. I would take a remaster of that in a heartbeat.
Really what you want? Nothing's gonna get through to him. He's a heartless machine.
The problem I have with anime, like translated games, is that the English voice actors
Volume
always
3 of
sound
the
so
Xenoblade
god
Chronicles
awful.
Yeah, it's usually
expansion
bad.
pass for the
Like, it doesn't
Xenoblade
match the
Chronicles
character at
3
all.
No.
launches on the Nintendo Switch system
I
February
played Final
15th.
Fantasy 15 with subtitles, Japanese subtitles.
Shake
I just
it,
couldn't do it.
amigo.
Cultural appropriation, the game.
Move to the
What
beat
is this?
in a brand
Okay,
new Samba
Samba
de Amigo
Fu-
game. Grab your
Motion,
Joy-Con
yep.
controllers and gently shake them like maracas to match
Gently
the
shake 'em.
targets during a song.
Oh my god. You know what this is?
Just
Follow the
Dance.
instructions
No,
on
Beat
screen to
Saber.
pose,
Oh yeah, kind of.
dance.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah.
But the
Just not
unexpected might
good.
happen, so stay on your toes.
Oh, now it's definitely Beat Saber.
Why not dance with a friend to predict your compatibility?
It's a little bit of both,
Oh
right?
my! So it's not only that, but it's also
Make
a
sure
dating
to
sim.
show up in style too.
There's a lot.
Compete online in World Party. Those
Lot
with
going
the
on
lowest
here.
Got
scores
online
each
and
round
stuff.
will be eliminated. Keep the beat and aim for first place. 40 songs are included, spanning a multitude of genres from around the world.
Okay.
So grab those
40
controllers
songs of multiple
and
genres.
get
I want
shaken.
reggae,
When Samba de
obviously,
Amigo
and
Party
rap rock.
Central shimmies
Yeah, please
on the
rap
Nintendo
rock.
Switch this summer.
Samba Domingo and a monkey with maracas. I don't know.
Wait, okay, these are the top headlines.
Maybe weird.
Got a passion for fashion?
Maybe a little racist. We'll go with weird.
Welcome to Fashion Dreamer.
What?
This
Oh,
is the
what?
place to
BXG
glam it up
games.
and
Boy.
express yourself. Here, you'll aim to become a
Oh, boy.
stylish influencer. And
Uh-huh.
you're in luck.
Dear God.
Tons of people are seeking the latest trends. Give them a
Uh-huh.
like if
Do you remember
dig their
that game?
style. Or suggest new
like
outfits for them to
YouTube
grow as
Creators
an
Life?
influencer.
Yeah, I do actually.
Now it's time
Dude.
for fashion
Yeah.
design.
This.
Choose from over
Fashion
1,000
design, let's
design
go.
options. Then add a personal touch to give your item
So-
God, look at that blouse, dude. Are you kidding me?
You
Dear
can get
Lord.
the items other people are wearing by liking them.
Oh,
What's this game called?
Mix and match your favorites
fashion
to create
designer.
new
or something.
looks. By connecting
Fashion
online, you can
Dreamer.
expand your
Dreamer.
friend circle and
I
grow
think.
your brand.
It's made by Marvelous,
The brand.
which is a.
Then get styling.
that's a
When
Japanese.
Fashion Dreamer debuts exclusively
Shocking.
on Nintendo
By the way, he
Switch
introduced
this
these
year.
as your top
Fashion
Switch
Dreamer.
headlines. Top.
Yeah,
Switch
right.
Yes. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Delve into these dark worlds.
Okay, I'm a little bit.
Dracula's
I'm,
castle
ooh,
beckons
okay.
and
What do we have here? Is
Oh,
this
Dead
okay,
Cells.
oh,
It's
it's the
Dead Cells
Castlevania. It's the Castlevania thing.
Venture through the castle's hellish
Dead Cells
halls
is
and outskirts
great.
alongside
Please tell me you
Richter
played it.
Belmont
I have
and
not.
Alucard,
Oh.
leading up to a showdown with death.
Oh, but this is
Dracula
like
himself.
my shit because I
Wield the
love Symphony of the
Vampire
Night.
Killer and other iconic weapons as
Oh,
you
listen to the
vanquish
music,
legions
though.
of monsters in frenetic combat. 12 original covers
Huh.
and 51 songs from the
12
Castlevania
original,
series accompany you during your
51
quest
songs.
in Dead Cells.
I have,
Return to Castlevania, sinking its teeth
I have the
into Nintendo
Castlevania
Switch
Advance
March
collection
6th.
that I need to
Pre-orders
play.
begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Oh, that is
I
exciting.
love that
Enter a new
because
grid in this
yeah.
narrative puzzle adventure set within
Tron.
the Tron
Oh,
universe.
from Mike Bithell.
Uncover dangerous truths and retrieve
Thomas
what
was
lost
alone.
as you navigate through a perilous
What's his
world.
other one? It's a stealth
Your
game. I forget.
decisions and the alliances you forge will impact your journey and the
There's
entire
ads
server.
for everywhere a few years ago.
Tron
I can't think of what it
Identity
is.
launches
Volume,
first
maybe?
for
That
consoles on
sound
Nintendo Switch
remember.
this April.
like a thing?
Yay, a text
there?
adventure. Okay.
Wait, is that? Well, that can't be good.
Oh,
The
no, it
time-bending
can't.
murder
Ghost
mystery
Trick.
Ghost
Phantom
Oh, Ghost
Trick.
Trick. This is an older game.
After
Capcom.
kicking the bucket and becoming a ghost.
Is it a
Looks like
Capcom?
Johnny.
Possess and
Yeah,
control
yeah, it had the
objects.
Capcom. It
With
looks like
your
Johnny
powers,
Bravo a
you
little
can
bit.
even help others like this
Yeah, I
guy
think this is
and
an older
change
game.
Any ill-fated
Like a remake or something.
fates. Ghost
There's
Trick,
John- yeah,
Phantom
Johnny
Detective,
Bravo.
Spirits
Yeah.
onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
Okay, not my thing. Those are the top Switch headlines?
Two
That's rough.
connected worlds, one suspenseful thriller.
Or we still have more top. Deca Police. Okay.
ポリスセンターデカシムは刑事訓練用の仮想空間
I have nothing for this. What?
So, like, when did
本当に仮想空間なの
I know? I know it's always been there, but when did the Switch become the go-to console over PlayStation for weebs?
I don't know, but that change has happened quick.
Yeah. Well, it's because Nintendo or PlayStation started cracking down on like wild sexual shit.
I mean, true, but I don't necessarily think Nintendo allows it either. I mean, I say that and they have Bayonetta, but
Yeah. This reminds me of like dot hack or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's kind of cool monster, like cool monster designs.
Yeah, I mean, animation looks alright and stuff. It's just
Yeah,
not
I mean, it's just like anime.
Yeah.
Another
It's
anime
fun.
RPG. Deca Police. Levels made by Level 5. Level 5. Weren't they doing
Once
something?
upon a
something
time, there
interesting?
was a witch and a
The
demon.
young-
Speaking of Bayonetta,
Experience Bayonetta's origins as a young witch named Cereza.
I'm actually curious for this.
Seeking the power to rescue her imprisoned mother, she ventures deep into the Avalon Forest ruled by fairies.
I'm going to that forest. I'm going to become a witch and save Mummy.
There, she'll encounter the
Save
otherworldly
Mummy.
demon Cheshire. You'll control both witch and demon at the same time. Harness Cereza's magic and Cheshire's ferocity.
I mean, I like the
to
art
travel
style.
Through this
It's different.
mysterious and dangerous
Yeah.
forest.
It's like,
They'll need to work together in battle as
did you ever
well.
play Witchwood?
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of
Cereza
reminds me
cannot
of that,
attack,
just like
Yeah,
the
I can
hair.
see
only
Witchwood.
support Cheshire by magically binding
Although
enemies,
obviously with a little bit more action,
Hold an
kind
enemy in
of looks like it
place
plays
while
like
Cheshire
Hades
attacks.
a little bit.
or
Yeah.
stop an aggressive one to focus on another. Strategically
Not
use
as
each
fluid.
character's abilities to win battles.
Which isn't that a big draw for Bayonetta? Is like the fluidity of
The
the
duo
action.
will gain strength as they continue their journey. By obtaining more powers, new paths can be opened, and battles can be more easily swayed in your favor. Can Cereza and Cheshire find their
I
happily
mean, this doesn't
ever
look too
after?
bad. I mean, if you just take it for what it is and not
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Bayonetta
Are you a
Origins,
Bayonetta guy?
Cereza and the Lost
I like
Demon
Bayonetta.
files
I like
on
Devil
the
May Cry.
Nintendo
I like
Switch
those
system
hyper
March
action,
17th.
kind
Pre-orders are
of
available now
flash 'em ups
on
like that for
Nintendo
sure, yeah.
eShop.
Ooh,
How was
what's up?
that?
I was
Let's
great.
take a look. at
Thanks for
this.
asking. Oh,
Splatoon DLC, baby.
there you go.
God, jumping out of my seat here.
I thought it was like maybe like the Sims herbs, like they're gonna bring that back.
That was, yeah.
You sure
This-
this isn't like Subway Racer?
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
I have to admit, this game did way better and is lasting way longer than I thought it would.
Splatoon 2?
Just Splatoon in general,
Oh yeah. Okay.
just the brand.
Oh, Splatoon 3 expansion pass, not 2.
Oh, you said two? Yeah, they're up to
Introducing the Splatoon 3 expansion pass. This paid DLC
Isn't that the
includes
first-
Are you a
waves
Roblox
of
guy?
content.
You do anything for Roblox?
No.
The
Oh,
first
you're an
wave
adult.
is
Yeah, I try to pay
Make
bills and
this
stuff.
Splat-tastic place
You know, and
from the
have
original
sex.
Splatoon game your
Whoa.
stomping grounds.
Whoa, whoa. I mean, I didn't say I was successful.
This is
Yeah, try.
Booyah Base. It's got some pretty nifty weapons and gear.
I don't
You
know
might
if this is
spot a
gonna
few
work.
familiar
So this
faces
is-
alongside new shopkeepers. Products
This
here
is
are
like
the same as the ones in Splatsville.
old
so
stuff.
shop wherever your vibes are strongest. Salmon Run.
What is like the?
Table Turf Battle. The Show. And Amiibo functionality all
Ooh,
work in the same way here
amiibo
too.
functionality. I don't care about amiibo functionality. They're just desktoppers.
Yeah, knickknacks.
The Squid Sisters will also perform here during Splatfests.
Ooh,
That's
I'm interested in-
Lots of old
I'm interested in
school and
Splatfest
freshness.
as a
Then head
potentially
over to
more
Wingopolis.
family-friendly alternative to Ozfest.
Right. I mean, I watched
First
Splatfest
wave
on
of
my
this
computer the other day and I got
DLC
put on the
launches
list.
this spring.
There's like an awkward letter in the mail. We'll talk about it later. I might have to go away for a bit.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, what's this?
Oh,
That's not a great,
good
great
segue.
line after that joke.
Oh,
Oh, what's this?
Splatoon 3 Noir Mystery.
Why does it look fungal? Are they trying to do like a gritty Splatoon take on Tilu?
Not everything is related to that.
It could be though.
I mean, it could. Yeah, it could
Give it a
be.
chance.
What is good? What is happening?
Splatoon 3 expansion pass. Side order. Okay.
And then who they call like who's not your girlfriend, but somebody else.
Side piece.
Oh,
Side
piece.
piece. Yeah,
Piece,
side
of
piece.
course.
It is
Close.
cuffing season. I was told.
Wave 1
Great.
Inkopolis launches this spring. Wave
Good.
2 Side Order will launch in the future.
Okay.
The Splatoon 3
Available
expansion pack will
today.
be available later today. on
Ooh,
Nintendo
there you go.
eShop.
I like a good insta drop like that whenever you have like a show like this.
Many people have played Splatoon 3 since its launch.
Uh-huh.
Thank you all very much. We hope players will be able to enjoy the game even more with the upcoming paid expansion pass.
There's a
Please look forward to
he
more
said
information about
more than
Splatoon
this.
3 in the future.
I feel like that.
Let's
Yeah.
see some more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Oh, let's do it. Nintendo Switch headlines. You got any Harvest Moon for me? Ooh, what's this?
Adventure awaits Mickey and friends on
Oh, this is
Illusion
that
Island.
co-op platformer
Mickey
game.
Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck,
That
and
looked like
Goofy.
Woody Woodpecker.
Embark on a
Oh,
new adventure
okay.
to find 3 magical books and save the mysterious island of Monoth.
Okay, I already kind of like the
Run.
animation. If this is. Oh, okay.
Oh yes, and a side scroller
And swim
platformer.
to
I'm
explore
actually
every nook
very
and cranny
interested
of
in
the
this.
island.
I like to play the different Disney games with my kids. So
By unlocking special
I probably
abilities,
wouldn't put
you
any
can
of your
reach new
gameplay on
places and
any
find
sort of
secret
platform because I
areas.
feel like you'd get DMCA'd into oblivion.
Cross large chasms
I'd
with
get what
boost
now?
jump.
DMCA'd
Round
into
barriers to
oblivion.
open new
Oh,
spaces.
yeah.
Disney.
And
Oh,
fly
yeah,
through
Disney
the
don't
air
play.
To reach distant platforms and hidden
This looks cool
areas.
though. This looks
Each
cute.
character's personality shines through in their actions.
yeah,
Up to 4 pals locally can brave
4
the
files
island.
locally.
Share a hug for extra help.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that sweet?
Play leapfrog for larger jumps. Or drop a rope.
This
to lend
is.
a hand.
I think that this is probably a
Work
little bit more
together to
accessible
save
than
Monoth, and you might discover new paths.
like the Epic Mickey games.
While exploring
remember
the island,
those.
you'll
If you
meet
remember
unusual
those, yeah.
allies and dangerous foes.
Those were
Study
kind of
their
hard,
movements
actually.
carefully to figure
Hard,
out
yeah.
the secrets to victory.
Okay.
Join Mickey and friends on a
I mean, this looks fun. I mean,
Yeah,
also,
when's
you
this
think about this?
Illusion Island?
Swinging
Will
onto
be available
Nintendo
July
Switch July
28th.
28th.
Okay, a couple
Pre-orders
months
begin
out.
today on Nintendo eShop.
Who's pre-ordering that though? Like, oh, I gotta make sure
More
we're
emblems are on the way.
preloaded for
New
Mickey.
emblems are coming to future waves
I am
of the
so
Fire Emblem
tired
Engage
of Fire
expansion
Emblem.
pass DLC. Wave 2 includes
There is so much
Vector,
Fire Emblem
of
all the
Strength,
time, everywhere.
raised defense and
Yeah.
unleash counterattacks.
I mean, I just
Soren, emblem
there's
of
so many.
Battle.
There's so many.
Cast magic spells over a wide area.
What is Baron?
Camilla,
Ow.
emblem of revelation.
Jiggle physics.
Modify the terrain to hinder enemies.
Indeed.
Wave 3 includes Crom and Robin.
Ooh,
emblem of
Crom. What a
Overwhelming
name.
Crom and Robin.
sword and
I
magic
think they helped me. I think that was the law firm that helped me get out of my speed.
Veronica, emblem of heroes.
I see you.
Summon additional allies to fight
Oh,
for
so
your
they're
cause.
getting the Infinity Gauntlet
Challenge newly
together.
added races to
Yeah.
recruit these new emblems.
Like Thanos.
And in Wave 4, a new story.
Fire Emblem
called
does seem to kind
Belsingalong
of
will be unlocked.
cross over into a lot of things. Like
Yes.
especially there seems like there's an unnecessary amount of Fire Emblem characters in Smash.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wave
And they're all
2
just
of
like
the
sword
Fire
guys.
Emblem
Yeah, they're all the
Like, they're all
same.
the
It's
same
like
guy.
Ike,
Engage
Marth,
game launches on the Nintendo
Parth,
Switch system
Garth.
later today.
Okay.
Ooh, later today. There you go. Expansion pack.
See?
Fire Emblem Engage.
Drop.
Take control of your
Take
destiny.
control of your destiny. This is Reverie, a world in which deities known as aspirations
Don't
dwell.
nod.
When a megacorp endangers the harmony between Reverie and our world, the future of humanity.
Did you ever play actual
hangs in the
Reverie?
balance.
No.
Rainbite.
In this narrative
Oh, you never
adventure,
played? You never played
harness
Reverie?
your divine gift of
Oh, you'd like it, I
clairvoyance to travel between
Nice
worlds.
little indie game.
See the
Plays like
future
Link to the Past.
and decide humanity's fate. Many branching story paths, along with a riveting soundtrack by Celeste composer Lena Rain, set the stage
Hey.
for your journey.
Celeste music is
Eventually, you'll
great.
side with one of the 6 aspirations like bond, power, or chaos to to change the story's outcome. To which destiny do you aspire?
I mean, this seems cool, I guess, if you like choose your own adventure story games. I mean,
Nintendo Switch
alright.
Yeah.
Not my thing, I'll never play it, but
These games will have
I don't know, it looked quality.
Ooh, Octopath 2.
Traveler 2 is just around the corner.
This is also coming to PlayStation, so that's worth
Yeah.
noting.
Nintendo Direct, a
Is it-
demo containing the
Is it
game's
kind of
opening hours will be
asshole-ish of me?
available
A
on
demo
Nintendo
today?
Oh.
Is it asshole-ish of me that it's just, I'm disappointed that this is just looks exactly the same as Octopath Traveler?
Isn't that kind of how Bravely Default was too?
Ooh,
there's a
Yes.
big shark.
Traveler 2, launching on Nintendo Switch February 24th. Keep it rolling.
Oh, we got some
Run around and
Katamari?
collect oodles of objects in
Yes!
this
God, I love
remastered
Katamari.
Oh, we love Katamari. That's exciting.
That is exciting.
Reroll and
Plus
Royal
Reverie.
Reverie.
And space?
Please, let's do it.
New features include playing as the young king of all cosmos in 5 new challenges.
Okay, so they're actually adding stuff to
And
it too.
taking
That's
photos
nice.
with a selfie camera.
The
Okay.
Cubert?
We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie comes to Nintendo Switch June 2nd. In addition,
Cool.
active Nintendo Switch Online members can play a free game trial of Katamari Damashi Reroll.
Okay.
I might.
Combine the powers of the
Do
sun
that.
and moon
Ooh,
to
what's
fend off
this?
evil
This
with
actually
this
looks kinda cool.
turn-based RPG.
Yeah, I do like a
Freely
good turn-based
traverse
sprite.
a breathtaking world. Meet characters from all walks of life and
Hey, Nathan?
devastate
That's
foes with timed
silly,
attacks in battle. Complement your journey with enchanting melodies.
Gives
and
me
retro-inspired
Mana vibes a
tunes
little
from
bit.
The renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, a guest composer for the game. Sea of Stars sails onto
Although it
Nintendo
looks turn-based
Switch
and not
August 29th.
like active.
It did say you have to hit buttons, like it's a timing thing more like
Yeah.
Duke it out in this free-to-play online.
I've played this before.
What is this? Omega Striker.
Yeah,
Why have I
Omega
heard
Striker.
that?
Form 2 teams of
Yeah.
Why have I heard of this? I feel like it might have been a. Was it a PS Plus game?
Air hockey style. Use
I think
your
so.
striker skills to dominate each match.
I don't know. I'd have to look at my
Change
list.
the course
This
trajectory of a
this is
bar.
basically Windjammers with more people.
Oh, okay,
Block
gotcha.
areas to
Yeah,
gain
I mean, it
the
looks just like
advantage.
air hockey, basically.
Yeah.
Or knock
Yeah, it's
opponents
Windjammers
out
with,
the arena
like,
with explosive moves.
squads.
Omega Strikers slides onto Nintendo Switch.
And I mean,
April
it's fun.
27th.
I mean, it's
Pre-orders
just
for this
fun.
free-to-play game begin today.
If you like
Free to
rock
play.
Band, stuff like that, so
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
free
it's
to
free
play.
to play.
Yeah.
Dive back into the sprawling labyrinth. A
With
collection
children.
of the first 3 Etrian Odyssey games is coming to Nintendo Switch, remastered in HD.
I'm not familiar.
These
Treasures
are,
lie
yeah, I
deep
mean, they're
within a
old.
massive
They're old
labyrinth.
Sega.
Its paths are intertwined.
Oh, is this like
and
Grimrock?
vicious monsters lurk in the shadows. A
Huh.
blank map is your only guide. By drawing the map as you explore, you can progress even further.
I mean,
Enter
that's
into
kind
the
of
labyrinth
interesting.
with 5 adventurers. As the guild leader, you'll
They're
assign
all
them
children,
roles,
though.
like the allied defending protector or the
And
ultra-fast dark hunter. But
Oh
be warned,
no, it's like
every
Dragon
adventure
Quest
is
7
fraught
where you
with
can't
danger.
see your characters.
Should you
It's just
fall
the
in
little
battle,
text box. That's
you can
rough.
change your team and learn new
Like
skills
Bard's
to
Tale and
strengthen
stuff
your
like that.
party
Yeah.
before challenging the labyrinth
I like
again.
that. I mean, it's
It's old school, that's for sure.
24
Got
newly
that
drawn
vibe.
character illustrations are included.
Why that one looks so grumpy?
Plus, take advantage of new
you had to walk around in the woods all day with other children. You probably lose.
function for smoother
I think they call that
exploration.
Lord of the Flies.
Etrian Odyssey
Ducks to your
Origins
ass, Mara
Collection
Piggy.
launches on Nintendo Switch June
Like
1st.
Atlas.
Each game in the collection will also be available separately on Nintendo eShop.
Okay,
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
get out your wallets.
Yeah.
Get your tactical skills.
Oh, is this
ready.
shit, Wild Arms?
Calling all strategy fans. The Advance
that what
Wars
it's called?
1+2
Advance
Wars.
boot camp
That's what
is
it's
only
called.
a
Yeah.
couple of months away. Join Andy, Max, Sammy, and more in 2 full story campaigns.
Why does
each one
everything
filled with colorful turn-based
have to
tactical
be
action.
anime? And I'm not. Listen,
Flex your
I like
strategic
anime.
muscles across a
I'm
multitude
an
of
anime
modes.
guy, but like,
Design your own maps and share them with friends.
You just like your gray and
Local
gritty
and online
first-person shooters, third-person
Advance Wars 1+2
action games.
Reboot
I get
Camp
it.
comes to Nintendo
yeah.
Switch
Well,
April
you know,
21st.
Sad Dad Simulator.
Pre-orders begin
Where's the
today on
Nintendo? Where's the
Nintendo
Nintendo
eShop.
Sad Dad Simulator?
something big.
Uh,
A A new story will unfold in the Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game.
Okay.
Magolor, the interdimensional traveler from the main adventure, has lost his powers and must escape the realm between
I heard
dimensions.
someone, I can't remember if it was work, one of the kids from work or whatever, was like, yeah, I main in Smash King Dedede. Like, well, then you're some type of fucking monster.
Yeah, I mean, somebody has to.
All you can do
Sociopath.
now is a basic attack and jump.
No.
To regain
They're
Magolor's
gonna frame this up like an
powers,
RPG?
you need to collect magic points by defeating enemies.
Maybe a little.
With
I mean,
magic
everything
points,
has
different abilities can be restored
elements.
and enhanced.
It's like RPG doesn't even mean anything anymore.
True.
Improve Magolor's
So
levitation.
you level up.
Yeah.
Or increase his attack
Well, you have
range.
stats.
That's
The
cool.
order in which you restore his powers is up to you. There are
Doesn't
over
look bad.
20 interdimensional stages to explore.
Okay.
Up to 4 players on the same system can venture through this mysterious realm together.
Yeah. I mean, if you like Kirby, this is more Kirby.
Can Magolor
Yeah.
restore his powers?
Well,
and safely
again, it
return
looks
to
like
his
a
world?
nice, just kind of like a nice basic
You can
2D
access this new level
platformer,
up after clearing story mode.
which is I like games like that every now and
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo will be available on Nintendo eShop.
Thank God.
Up to 4 players can play a specially arranged demo with select stages and sub-games. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe launches on the Nintendo Switch system February 24th. Pre-orders are available now.
I don't have nothing
on
bad to say
Nintendo
about it.
eShop.
I mean, it's just Kirby. More Kirby.
We hope you're looking
Kirby, your
forward to the new
enthusiasm.
story in
Oh,
Kirby's
boo.
Return
Sorry.
to Dreamland Deluxe. Next, here's some news about Nintendo Switch Online. Please take a look at this.
I did hear about this, and it had me intrigued until I saw the price point.
The fact that it took them this long to do this is kind of criminal.
Game Boy games are being added to Nintendo Switch Online. On Nintendo Switch, you can play these games anytime, anywhere, just like you could back in the day. Let's introduce the games that will be available at launch.
Tetris.
I mean, it's almost like they forgot that they have like the
Tetris.
best
Arrange
mobile
the
game
following
lineup of all
tetraminos
time.
Right.
and aim for a high
Yeah.
score.
It's like,
Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden
oh my
coins.
God, I played the
Reclaim the
fuck out
castle
of this game when I
Wario
was a
stole
kid.
from you.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I
I've
played
never
so
played it.
much of
Legend
it.
of Zelda, Link's Awakening DX. Awaken the Windfish to escape Koholint Island.
And kill everybody. Spoilers.
Gargoyle's Quest. Save the Ghoul Realm.
This
and
is an
Firebrand
interesting
from the
choice.
Ghosts and Goblins series. Game & Watch Gallery 3. Play an assortment of Game & Watch titles.
That's rough. Those look like those old tiger, like
Yeah.
Alone
That's
in the
basically what it
Dark,
is.
The
Yeah.
New Nightmare. Solve a murder
remember
mystery on
this
the
game.
supernatural Shadow Island. Metroid 2: Return of Samus. Destroy the Metroids
Okay.
hiding on planet SR-388. Wario Land 3. Traverse
played a lot of
world that
Wario
changes
Woods
between
too.
day and night based on
I
your
love
actions.
I think I had this as well.
Kirby's Dream Land.
Oh
Float,
yeah.
Inhale and spit out enemies in Kirby's debut
What
title.
a great game this was. Holy crap.
You can use the Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, or Game Boy Color
that's
screen
pretty cool.
filters.
Yeah,
Up to 2 players can play compatible games together locally or online.
I mean, that's good.
I like how
That's
they. I did like how they
More
felt like
games
they
will be
needed
added in the
to
future.
Ooh.
like intro Tetris. Like
Yeah.
And
not everybody in the world knows what it is.
I mean, or
This is what I would be potentially more excited for, is the advance. Some of the things they have on here with like the
Game Boy
different Zelda
Advance
games.
games
and
are being
such.
added to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack. Here are the games that you can play at launch.
I mean, I hate to sound pretentious, but I have all these on my
Super Mario
PSP,
Advance
and it
2,
works
Super
fantastic.
Mario
So
Brothers
Well,
3,
yeah. I
Play
mean, and a lot of
38
these are
extra levels
available
from the
just like
Nintendo
on the
e-reader accessory.
Nintendo. Just the
WarioWare
regular
Mega
Nintendo,
Micro Games.
Um,
Experience
God,
the
I hate
origins of the
Mario
lightning
online
fast
things.
micro games.
Yeah. Okay.
Kuru Kuru Kururin. Guide the spinning
Oh,
stick
yeah,
to
I
the
remember
goal
that
without
one.
hitting
Do you?
obstacles.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Mario Kart Super Circuit. Race in the first Mario Kart game created for a portable system.
It was okay. That was an okay
Mario
Mario
and
Kart.
Luigi Superstar
That is a
Saga.
great game.
Venture through a zany world and fight
God,
with
it's so
equally
good.
zany
Do you know what?
attacks.
Where's Super
The
Mario
Legend of
RPG
Zelda, the Minish
on the
Cap.
classic
Shrink to
catalog?
miniature size
Like that's
and dive into a big adventure.
problematic to me.
Local and online play is supported for compatible games, and up to 4 players can play together.
That's good.
More games will be added to this
Metroid
library as
Fusion's
well.
good.
Golden Sun.
F-Zero game's okay.
Yeah.
Golden Sun's good.
After this presentation,
Golden Sun's
you can play
on
these Game Boy titles with the Nintendo
something,
Switch
though.
Online membership. Or play both Game Boy
I
and
don't
Game
know.
Boy Advance
It's
titles
on
with the Nintendo
somewhere that
Switch
I've seen
Online Plus
recently.
expansion pack
I was like,
membership.
oh, I should play Golden Sun, but then it's like, okay, no. What is he playing, you think?
Select Game Boy titles
Nothing at all.
will be playable.
At least he's not
on the
holding it
Switch.
like Jim Ryan holds the.
And
Well,
after
sounds
the
like-
Nintendo
Yeah,
Direct, you'll be able to play the
No
Game
one would
Boy
ever hold it that
and
way.
Game Boy Advance titles we introduced.
Oh. Later
Please
today.
Yeah,
look
yeah,
forward
it's
to more
available.
information
Yeah.
about
I almost,
Nintendo
like I said,
Switch
I almost
Online
got it, but I was
and
like,
Nintendo
nah,
Switch
not for that.
Online Plus expansion pack in the future.
Not for that price. It's like
Let's see a few more
$45.
Yeah, man in me, I'm telling you. That's
Yeah.
what that's
The original Metroid Prime game is remastered on
Yes.
Nintendo Switch.
Yes. Yes. Metroid Prime fan, Brenton?
I played one of them. I don't remember which. Which one was on Wii? Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I played then.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing, like, my only relationship with Samus was that was my main in Melee.
Gross. So I've already read quite a bit about this.
Okay.
Actually, a very, very good, whatever they're calling it, remaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's remastered.
Yeah. Apparently, it's very, very good. Very well done.
Yeah, remastered.
Yeah, remastered. Like it performs very well. Higher resolution and fidelity and stuff like that.
The first
People are
Metroid
really happy
Prime
with it.
game, originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system.
No, it was GameCube. Okay, so it
Remastered
wasn't the
for
one that I
Nintendo
must have played like
Switch.
2 or 3.
Explore Talon 4 from the perspective of Samus Aran. But beware, there's more to this alien planet.
I remember one of the
than
coolest
meets
things
the
about this
eye.
game that I thought was amazing. It's like if you
Visors are the
blasted
key
something
to
close to your
adventure.
visor, you
They'll
would
help
see
you
like a
discover
reflection
info
of her
clues
face
on
on
how
it.
to progress.
Yeah, that is.
I thought that was the coolest thing.
Well, especially for back then. GameCube.
Depending on
Right.
the situation,
Oh, yeah.
a certain visor may be required. When hostile creatures attack, keep them in your sights with the lock-on feature. Then fight back with beams, missiles,
Those creature designs are a little rough,
and more.
but it is, I guess, a GameCube game.
Right.
This remaster adds new dual-stick controls, allowing
Which
you
is
to move
huge.
around while separately
Yeah,
changing your
well,
point
that.
of view. You can
God bless
also
the
select a
GameCube
control
controller, but that
style
thing is like a
recreates
medieval
the feel
torture
of the
device.
original game,
Yeah.
among other control options. Explore Talon 4 with your preferred playstyle. The digital version of Metroid Prime Remastered launches on Nintendo eShop later
Oh,
today.
wow.
The
Yeah,
physical
they did
version
a-
of the
they
game
did a
will be
drop
available
of
in
it.
stores
A lot of this stuff has been
February
available like,
22nd.
straight away. I like that.
Yeah.
It's like you get a state of play, and it's like, here's Spider-Man, and
Put your
it'll be
master
available
detective
in
skills to the
2030.
This is the World Detective Organization.
Ooh.
Yuma, a trainee detective, and Shinigami, the spirit haunting him, will solve the strange incidents within Kanai Ward, a city ruthlessly controlled by Amaterasu Corporation.
Did you play Danganronpa at all?
No.
You'll investigate these incidents alongside master
Spike
detectives of the
Chunsoft.
organization.
I think that's the
Each
same
one has
folks
a
that make
supernatural
Danganronpa, actually.
ability
Yeah,
that can
it is.
prove useful
I can just tell
during
by the design of
investigations.
this.
Mimic body types and voices with disguise.
I played the first one.
Detect
Any good?
heartbeats and whispers with
Um,
audio aptitude.
I mean, it's a point-and-click
And
adventure
witness
game
past
with like
crime
a
scenes
kind of an
with
interesting like
post-cognition.
trial feature,
These
and
abilities can be shared with Yuma,
it's exceptionally violent.
This is post-cognition.
so use
but-
them to get closer to cracking a case. After collecting
Monokuma
enough
is certainly
evidence,
like a very
mystery
interesting
labyrinth will appear.
character.
Yeah.
That's what this. Yeah, that's
Spot
what
the
the.
inconsistencies
Okay, yeah.
and uncover the truth.
There's a lot. There's a lot of similarities here.
Master Detective Archives Rain Code launches on Nintendo Switch June 30th. Wings of the Heart take flight once more.
What the fuck is
A
that
remastered
name?
collection of both Baten Kaitos games, originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system, is coming to Nintendo Switch. After a long and peaceful era on the floating islands above
Never heard
Earth,
of this series.
the Empire's conspiracy
No.
looms closer. As spirits dwelling within the protagonists, you'll stand up to the Empire across 2 different eras of war.
Okay.
Looks like
During your travels,
So like
you'll
a
visit
turn-based
various
RPG?
Fire
locales
Emblem.
and
Looks like
team
Fire
up
Emblem
with
to me.
like-minded
Like
allies.
the character models.
Battles are fought using cards called Magnus.
Oh,
Oh, a card.
Your attack power is
Dang.
determined by the attributes and combinations of your cards, which are randomly dealt from the deck.
so it's a
In
card.
these
Okay.
real-time battles, you'll need to make split-second decisions to edge closer to victory. What revelations will come to light in the skies above and the lands below?
A badass looking dragon.
But yeah, that was actually really cool
HD
looking.
remaster soars onto Nintendo Switch.
This feels like it
this
was
summer.
probably something that was released only in Japan back in the day.
Yeah.
Dive into your new
Oh my god.
fantasy
Is
life.
it a farming simulator? Please. Or like a life simulator?
Live the life you want in a new fantasy life game.
It's
The girl who steals
While
time.
exploring
I think I
the
dated her in high
once
school.
thriving island, you'll meet a mysterious girl.
Ooh.
Then travel between past and present.
Oh, that's usually how
Make the
relationships work.
island your own. Become a
That's-
woodcutter, angler, cook,
Jesus
blacksmith,
Christ.
yeah, and she's just over in the corner telling you what to do. This is like
Yeah.
strikingly similar here.
take on
They
different
really,
roles
they really
to
nailed
develop
the
island.
aesthetic.
How will you rebuild? This life is yours to live. After 1,000 years, the restoration is about to begin. Fantasy Life
Okay.
I.
Fantasy
the
Life
girl who
I,
steals
the girl
time.
who steals time. What a name.
Another level 5 game, by the way.
Yeah. Gravity Rush.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Obviously.
Professor Layton.
what is this? Monopoly?
Oh, shut.
The gritty. Oh, I thought it was like the gritty origin story of the Monopoly man. Here's another level 5.
Another level 5 game. Wow.
Yeah.
Wave 4 is
Hey.
racing in.
Let's go,
That's
baby.
never a bad thing. Oh, we got
Oh, it's
some
Yoshi's
Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island.
Yeah.
A brand new course is zooming into Wave 4
Oh,
of
it's
the
got the
Mario
music
Kart
and
8
everything.
Deluxe
That's
Booster
great.
Course Pass DLC.
We love some Yoshi's Island.
Oh,
Birdo, who originally hit
Great,
the track
Birdo.
in Mario
Yay.
Kart Double Dash, is also
Birdo
being
already
added to
in this
Wave
Mario
4.
Kart? I guess not.
Evidently not. No, I can confirm.
Wave 4 of the Mario Kart
looks
8
good.
Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game.
I feel like if you're to the
onto
point where
Nintendo
you
Switch
are
system this
Mario
spring.
Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass
Active
Wave
Nintendo
4, just
Switch
make a new
Online
one.
Plus expansion pack members can enjoy
Wow,
this DLC
why?
at no
Why buy a
additional
new
cost.
cow when you're
The
still not
DLC can also be
milking the
purchased on
last
its own.
I suppose.
Oh, sizzle real time.
Uh-huh. Minecraft Legends.
There cannot be much of this left.
There is... Yeah, there's only like 5 minutes left. Gearbox.
How much time are they going to give to Zelda?
No. You'd think that they would want to give more time to that than like Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time.
And no new
Ooh,
Metroid
Mega
game.
Man Legacy.
I mean, Mega Man's cool. I never got into the Battle Network games though. But yeah, no new mention of Metroid. I mean, you get Metroid Prime, but
Yeah. Another Gearbox game. Gearbox owned by Tencent now? Or no, THQ Nordic. What are they called? Embracer Group?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Embracer.
that's... Oh, so... This game did really well, like, commercially. For like the first month or whatever. It charted in the top 10, and I think it fell off after that.
Apparently really well done. If you just like simulator kind of thing, walking around. That was a Symphonian. I mean, that was a big game, and it got put to the sizzle reel.
Well, it's a remaster. All right, here we go. This has got to be it, right?
Thank you for staying with us so far. This will be
It's
our
the
last
grand
segment.
finale.
Please
Yay!
Yay!
Right. Give me Zelda, man, please.
Full disclosure, I don't really like Breath of the Wild.
You really just have to ruin everything?
Yes, it's my nature.
This is like Batman the Dark Knight version of Batman Begins.
The sentence you said didn't make sense.
It's darker, grittier. Ugh.
They're part of the same trilogy.
Rise,
Whatever.
my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
Christ.
He's fighting.
Genocide.
He's fighting Plankton from SpongeBob in this game. No survivors. That'd be a really big troll move.
I
Do you
mean,
think that those goblins feel suppressed by Link?
right? Maybe.
Just throwing it out there.
Am I right though? Does this look like a darker version? Oh, maybe not.
I mean,
But
Jesus.
Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
oh, I'm quite sure that he will.
Like, bitch, how many times have I got to do it before you believe me?
Seriously.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow. Okay. With a Skyward Sword?
This is soon. Like, May? I want to say?
Please, lend him your power.
Yeah, May 12th. Right around the corner.
No gameplay, huh?
Little bit.
That
No
was The Legend
gameplay,
of
really.
Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, the latest entry in the Legend of Zelda series. In addition to the standard version, a collector's edition of the game
course it
containing
is.
various items will release on launch day. A new amiibo figure of Link from this game will also be available
up with his
on
hand?
the same day. You're looking forward to
Anakin
Link's latest
cut it off in a
grand
lightsaber
adventure.
battle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Clearly.
That's all for today's
forgot about that
Nintendo
part.
Direct.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, not having any like real Zelda gameplay is kind of alarming.
It's gonna
Okay.
be. This isn't like It's not like showing. I don't know, like Just Cause with no gameplay.
I mean, that's fair, and it's in the same Breath of the Wild engine. I mean, it's going to
Yeah.
be the same game, but I
Oh,
like the
God,
trailer.
I hope not.
I like the trailer though because it did seem a little bit more mature in tone. I hate even saying that, but which seems kind of interesting. That's how they conveyed the trailer. Whether the game's
Sure.
that way, I don't know.
The problem I had with Breath of the Wild was twofold. The crafting system and the weapon system was too robust.
Yeah,
It was unnecessarily robust.
yeah, okay.
And I didn't like the shrines that were just like you're in and out. I play a Zelda game. I want, dungeon crawling. I want like a big girthy dungeon.
Right, veins and like really fluid, heavy kind of stuff. I think they could have both. I kind of like the shorter things, but I would like a more traditional, larger dungeons as well, to kind of counteract that. So yeah.
Well, I almost feel like the shrines can be what they are, what they were in the original, which is okay, you're going to get an item. You might get a skill of some sort. You might get a new piece of armor, whatever, but less of a focus on them and more of a focus on the big dungeons.
Yeah.
And where I'm at with Zelda is with this particular Zelda game is very wait and see.
Yeah.
And I feel like once we get a better handle upon, are they going to fix that crafting system?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to fix it's not even so much the crafting, it is like the weapons. It's like
durability, obviously.
Durability that was a problem. Yeah, that was a problem. And I feel like if they don't fix that, then it's like, are you even listening?
So just to be counterpoint here, day one for me, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that. Breath of the Wild, great game, but the nits were too big
for
me.
you.
Yeah. I played it for probably like, I don't know, 9 or 10 hours.
That's it?
Yeah. And I was like, and then I had a sword break. I'm like, I'm fucking done with this. I can't. This is a waste of my time. I'm like fighting things. I'm suppressing goblins with like a giant leaf.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
And so I don't think that it was, I do not think that game was a perfect 10. I do think that it got a little bit of a Nintendo bump on the scores.
Name recognition for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I think that the Nintendo bump is real.
Mm-hmm.
Where a game like Mario, Zelda, whatever gets a little bit of a bump just because of that name recognition. But I would also argue that a Sony bump is real.
Yeah.
And I think the games because I'll be honest with you, I know a lot of people gave T-Lu Part 2 a 10, and I don't think that game was a perfect 10.
Yeah.
Same thing with some other games that we could talk about, but that's a different conversation for a different day. Overall, what did you think? This was a pretty beefy direct. I mean, considering the last one was just, here's a trailer for the new Mario movie.
Yeah. So oddly enough, no Mario movie stuff. I figured just a short 30-second something.
Well, when was this? This was the 8th. I mean, they were probably, they had a Super Bowl spot, so
yeah,
they were probably just holding on to it.
So Zelda was cool. The Metroid Prime remaster was cool. Something I heard through the grapevine, and I don't know if there's any validity to it, is the Metroid Prime remake or remaster, excuse me, has been done for a couple of years now, and they've just been sitting on it through people's like LinkedIn profiles and stuff like that. People in the industry, people have done some digging. And now there's some speculation that it's kind of been sitting around on the back burner for a while, complete, just kind of waiting to be dropped. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, or how valid that is.
So I have just a quick from thegamer.com. Metroid Prime Remaster seems to have finished development back in 2021. Nintendo seems to have been sitting on this one for a while. According to the German rating organization USK, Metroid Prime Remaster was classified nearly 2 years ago, implying that Nintendo has been sitting on its release for a while. There's no other Eurogamer picked this story up.
So there's rumblings about it.
Yeah.
Could be so that's interesting. The timing of that. Why now? I guess maybe they found this was a good in between announcing the new Metroid and then what they kind of are expecting it to come out now. Maybe this is just to, keep the fans happy a little bit. Yeah. And Pikmin is a big deal. That's a first party game, whether people like it or not. Big fan base and stuff like that. So a little bit heavy on the anime RPG side. Kind of like the way it was that one direct with the life simulator.
Moons, yeah.
Like on the moon and with your spouse. And it's just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Not a bad direct. If I had to give it a grade, Probably like a solid B, probably middle of the road B.
Yeah, I think that's fair. There was enough in there to keep me intrigued. I don't play a lot on Switch, but there are games that were in this that have me maybe a little bit more excited to check them out. I'm interested in that Mickey Mouse platformer. I know that sounds whatever.
That's one. And I mean, then you
The
got the online
Kirby.
function. Yeah, the Kirby. Then you got the online stuff for the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. That's big.
Yep.
Anytime Nintendo gets their library on their current platform, it's a good thing for everybody. Except for the prices they charge for it still.
Yeah.
So I mean, all that considered, I mean, yeah, a solid B for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think too that anytime you show off one of the big two there, Mario or Zelda, you're increasing the quality of your showcase exponentially.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so the only thing that really stood out to me was no mention of the new Metroid.
Right.
Like, no, hey, we'll have you update this time or later this year, or just even a mention of it, because that's been in development hell now for a few years now. It's going back and forth and switching hands, and that,
I think that Nintendo does a pretty good job of not teaching. That doesn't make sense. Not reaching too far into the future. It's okay. Our focus right now is Zelda.
Yeah.
And so what I would imagine is you get on the other side of Zelda in May, and then I know that they've said they're not going to be at E3, neither Sony or Xbox, but I would imagine around E3 time, which is usually what, mid-June, something like that?
Mid-June. Yeah, I think, yeah.
E3 2023 is June 13th through the 16th. I would imagine there's going to be a direct, and it's
direct. Direct and an Xbox showcase and
a state of play. Yeah. But I would say that that's where you're probably going to get news on that, because right now it's full steam ahead on Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. So Nintendo Direct. This is our first showcase show. We've never done, we got our feet wet with the Hogwarts Legacy, the long form that we're excited to do more. And then this was like a showcase show.
Live reactions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't live.
Well,
I mean, we're a week late.
Don't tell them what happens behind the curtain. Don't worry about the man behind the curtain. Consume the product.
Consume, right?
Yeah.
I ain't repeating myself. Go ahead and tell me something right now. Yeah.
If you enjoy our content, please
God help you if you do. God bless your soul, you summer child.
Please leave kind reviews, kind comments, like, subscribe, share, be a friend, tell a friend. We grow, whether it's this or the flagship show or anything else that we might do in between, it's all word of mouth. So
support small content creators.
Right.
Yes.
And that's not even a referendum on the size of our penises.
No. I told you that in confidence, sir.
My bad.
All right.
Do you know where we didn't see any games out of?
What's that?
Let's say China. China.
Take care and thanks for watching.